Boom, 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 chickadee chanker. How's it going, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United. We've just done a little update video for you. So I've just woken up from a nap. I just completely passed out earlier. Sorry, no saving, no gaming stream on the gaming channel. But yeah, completely passed out earlier, woken up. And what's going on in the world of Manchester United? It only looks like we're going to sign a bloody player, my friends. That's what it looks like to me. Now, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But come on, my son, get in there. Finally, a little bit of movement for Manchester United in this window, it seems finally might just be happening. Come on! So let's have a look at what's been being said then. So Donny van de Beek, obviously being heavily linked with Manchester United. We made a video on it earlier. It's being reported now that Manchester United have agreed terms. We've agreed the price tag with the club, and we've also agreed the personal terms with the player. That's what's being reported right now. So this is what Fabrizio Romano tweeted a couple of hours ago. He says, Van de Beek to Man United, here we go. Man United tonight, as expected, have sent their official bid, and Ajax just accepted without any hesitation or no negotiation. Agreement reached for 40 million euros plus add-ons, paperwork and medical to be completed over the next week. So he's reported that Manchester United have made the contact. Sky Sports here are reporting that Manchester United have agreed the 40 million euro move, and that Donny van de Beek has agreed personal terms with Manchester United ahead of a proposed medical. Come on, my son, get in there, finally. Finally, it seems like we're actually going to get our player in the end, a player that, well, it's not a player that we've been after a long time, but we have been after players for a very long time, it seems like, and not got anybody. So this is very, very satisfying that we've managed to do this. Shout out to everybody that's getting in here. I can see Purple Cat, Josh Drain, Joseph LVR, Manchester United, Josh, Jarvis Cocker, Mikey Smith, Glenn. Everybody, thank you so much for stopping by and getting involved with the live stream tonight. Very late one, just jumping on here. Smash us a thumbs up on the video if you haven't already. That will help this out. If you could give it a cheeky little thumbs up and get your opinions in the comment section. Smash a heart emoji in the live chat if you are absolutely buzzing your tits off about this one. Smash a heart emoji in there. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about it. I think, look, it's a player United need to be trying to sign right now. We've gone through all the reasons why it's such a great signing earlier on, because there is great value in the deal at just £40 million compared to some of the other high-price premiums you have to pay for English players like Jack Grealish, for instance. There's just not the same value there that there is in this deal. This deal, you're getting a player who's going to be representing the Netherlands for the next however many years. And like I said earlier, if he doesn't end up at United, he would be ending up at another top club. So I think this is a real coup for Manchester United to get a player like this, who is coming to the best years of his career, who does fit into the mould of what we're trying to do at this football club with our signings. Solskjaer, fair play, you know, Woodward looking like we're actually going to go and get it done here. Let's get into the to the nitty gritty of it then. So he was excluded from the squad to challenge against Eintracht Frankfurt. He's said to be very interested in joining Manchester United. At this moment in time, I don't think there is anybody else that's gone in for him. There was talk that Real Madrid had a prior agreement before the coronavirus pandemic started that they would be taking Donny van de Beek, but they seem to have pulled out of that deal, obviously leaving the path clear for Manchester United to go and get him. Come on, my son! Okay, let's get into the comment section then, lads and lasses. Shout out to each and every single one of you guys who are tuning in right now. Please smash a like on it. Give it a share if you can. That'll help it out loads. And let's see what you've got to say for yourselves. So we've got a super chat here from Glenn, who sent 11 knock. Thank you very much for that, Glenn. Much appreciated, dude. Let's read this comment out from Danny Hustle. He says, we need 3 more players, Pig. 100% agree with you. We're having a bit of a nightmare in the window this year. We haven't been able to get any business wrapped up. JW92 comments, still not good enough. He should be United's 3rd summer signing. See, look at that. I'm sensing a bit of negativity in the live chat here. A little bit of negativity. Jonathan Gallagher says, we want Sancho too. Abbas Hassani says, we still need a centre-back, a left-footed centre-back, like or a left-back like Reguilon, Sancho to win Premier League. So true, lads. Look, I can see what you're saying. You're all coming through in the live chat now. This is, if we just finished the transfer window with just signing Donny van de Beek, I think it's safe to say from every angle, that is an absolutely gash window. That is a shocking transfer window. If we just ended up with Donny van der Beek, considering what all the other clubs are doing, Chelsea strengthening, City is still doing it, Liverpool looking to bring Thiago in, it would be a terrible window if United finished with just signing Donny van der Beek. But I don't think we will. I do think we'll go on and we will sign Sancho. I think they'll probably be the only 2 players we get in this window. And that will just be mainly the Glazers and Woodward really doing it for the fans, not doing it for any reason to really challenge for the title or anything like that. I think it'll just be the main reason, just to keep us competitive, give something to the fans, and ultimately try and get us in that top 4 race, which is all they really care about. As long as we get Champions League football and they can sell their commercial deals to all the various companies and sponsors around the world using our brand, piggybacking off the fact that we do have Champions League football, they're happy. As long as that happens, then they're happy. Brian Sanchez, shout out to Brian Sanchez. He says, finally someone, mangasm. Nice one, Brian Sanchez. Hopefully, look, it's not all done and dusted and complete yet. It was being reported just a little while ago, if we all remember, that Manchester United had agreed personal terms with Jadon Sancho, which I'm sure was true. But it didn't materialise, did it? Because the clubs couldn't reach an agreement. Now, on this one, it's a bit different because it's being reported anyway that Ajax have accepted the offer with no negotiation whatsoever. So they had a valuation of the player. As long as that was reached, then they wouldn't have an issue selling him. So, yeah, nice one. That is absolutely fantastic. That we've got. It looks like we've got the agreement in place anyway. Of course, Ajax chief exec, or is Edwin van der Sar. So, he's not going to do us dirty, old Edwin, is he? Right then, let's get in your comment section. Mark Diaz, shout out to you, Mark Diaz. Shout out to Kobe Miranda. What's going on, bro? Jarvis Cocker as well in here. Levelo, shout out to all you guys getting your heart emojis in. Absolutely loving it. Oh, Mrs. P, you absolute lunatics, says congratulations on 25k subs. Did you get the McD? Listen, you're absolutely ridiculous, Nicola. Just don't even do this on here right now. It's ridiculous. You don't send food to somebody's house when they're asleep, and then there's a big ball of congealed mess outside on the floor when somebody's left a bloody thing on the doorstep 4 hours ago. That's bang out of order, love. Anyway, I know you're trying to do a nice thing there, but that's bang out of order. Anyway, Malp says, great signing. Let's get Sancho in and a left-footed centre-back, and we're all happy. There you go. I mean, it would have been nice to get Aki in, as we said at the start of the window. A left-footed centre-back would be pretty tasty. Any suggestions for anyone anywhere, guys? And also, I think we should do with getting a wing-back in as well, because like I say, if there's a knock to Aaron Wan-Bissaka, if he has any injury issues, then it's a complete nightmare. We don't really have the depth or quality to come in there. Diogo Dalot, we've seen with Luke Shaw got injured this season, just what a bad impact that had. We still need players, guys. This isn't really going to inspire me, just getting Donny van der Beek. It's a step in the right direction, though. It's absolutely a step in the right direction, but look, if it come the end of the window, we only get the one player, Donny van der Beek. It's a joke. Jarvis Cocker with a comment here says, one player in, who's out? Fred or McTominay? Or is he replacing Mata, Lingard and Pereira? Van der Beek can play attacking midfield. Well, this is the thing, Jarvis. We're not 100% sure, though, but at this moment in time, it would make sense if he's the long-term replacement for sort of Matic, I guess. And we keep Fred and we keep McTominay, but I don't really know what's going to be happening this season. Matic has just, of course, signed up on a long-term contract. And in terms of everybody else in the midfield area battling out, that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to battle it out. Whether or not Pogba's going to be here long term, he might still be sold at some point. There's every possibility of that. There's every possibility that Fred might be on his way out. I mean, some people have said there's reports of linking Fred to, is it Fenerbahce or someone? I'm not sure. But the point I'm making is, it doesn't matter. We just need to improve the quality and the depth in the squad there 100%. And signing Van der Beek would be good for our midfield. It's not going to do a lot in terms of the rest of the side where there's problem areas. Like I've mentioned, we still need a right winger. That's still probably one of the key areas in the side. Because we don't have the depth there at all. We've only got an 18-year-old lad at the moment who's in that position. Kobe Miranda says Sancho, Van der Beek, Badashili, Reguilon, good window. Absolutely agree with you, Kobe Miranda. That would be a very good window. You sign Reguilon, that left back. You sign, I haven't actually seen anything about Badashili, but everybody's telling me he's a great player. I don't watch much French football. He plays for Monaco. He is 19 years of age, though. So, it's a good one for the future, to be fair. If he's showing bags of potential at this age, maybe Badashili would be a fantastic addition. Van der Beek's definitely a good addition. He's played 10 times already for Holland and he's 23. Sancho's definitely a good addition. He's 20 years of age. He's banging the assists, the goals in left, right, centre. over in the Bundesliga, so pretty impressive. I would definitely get him signed up. I think that's probably realistic. The two players that we signed this window are Sancho and Van der Beek. I cannot see us going out there in this window and strengthening, getting those four players that you mentioned. You know why? Because of Woodward and the Glazers, my friends. Because of the shackles we have at the top. I truly believe that. I don't think they'll do that. I don't think they'll have an inspirational window like that. You know, like Chelsea have done, where they've signed a bunch of good players in an attempt to close the gap on the teams above them. I don't think we'll do that, guys. I think we'll just get the players in and just to appease the fans and challenge for top four. As sickening as it is, that would actually be the statement of intent of a window for a team that are trying to challenge or trying to close the gap. If we did sign Sancho, Van der Beek, Badashina and Reguilon, it's a great window. That's a statement of intent for United, to be fair, improving the depth out there significantly. But no. Doesn't seem like we're going to do that. Christopher M.E. comments, I was just worried we would sign no one. Well, I'd still have that worry if I were you, Christopher, because this is Manchester United we're talking about. MBG comments, we should get Tagliafico. Yeah, good left back as well. Another good shot, good option. Pider with a comment. He says, will this signing push some Deadwood out? Congrats with a good signing. Thank you, Pider. I don't know if it will push the Deadwood out necessarily. Maybe Andreas Pereira would be a player that would be pushed out, I suppose, but in terms of the midfield area, I think it just adds us a bit more depth there. You know, McTominay would have to do one. Oh, sorry, guys. McTominay not do one, but McTominay would potentially be replaced. He would have to do one down the pecking order a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe Donny van der Beek's going to come in and have to fight his place out. That's how it's going to work at United. Matic is not going anywhere anytime soon. He's 32 years of age, but he's not ready for retirement. He's still got a lot to offer this football club. Nat Rambo comments, Kante, that's it. We were linked with Kante a little while ago. I wonder if something like that could happen. I very much doubt it. Wakas Akram comments, DVB is a Herrera replacement. Still gutted about losing under Herrera, to be honest. I think he showed in that Champions League final, in the build-up to the Champions League final, the couple of games that we watched, that he is a very good player, but yeah. Eddie A, thank you very much. Says, hey, hello, fellas. How you doing? JW92 as well says, bless you, pig. Gungshi's in the house. There's single sneeze. That's a rarity for you, pig. Was that a single sneeze, Gungshi? That's very rare for me, my friend. But yeah, no, I've still got a bit of a cold. Still got a little bit of melt fever. Sorry, lads and lasses. Great to see you, though, Gungshi. 9 Snaga comments, McTominay's lower down the pecking order, but Fred might have seen his last days. It's interesting, isn't it? I was talking about it earlier. I actually think that Fred still has a fair bit to offer this football club, bearing in mind that we have to play in a lot of different competitions. Next season, we're in the Champions League, we've got all these competitions we're playing in. And Fred would be very valuable in some of these games throughout the season, especially if we do get an injury, if you do pick up a knock, you'll be very thankful that you had a very versatile player like Fred come in there. And what I mean by versatile, not in terms of position, but in terms of what he does, he's very good all round. Maximilian7, how you doing, my friend? He says, honestly, if we replace Donny with Fred instead of Pereira, are absolutely questions on his internet. I know, I feel exactly the same, really. Like, in terms of replacement, Fred doesn't need to get replaced right now. Fred was okay last season. Fred improved. Fred kicked on. Fred actually really did. There's a spell in the middle of the season for 3 months where Matic and Fred were the life and blood of Man United's midfield. And he did a very good job. So I don't want to see Fred go in favour of Donny van der Beek coming in there. No. I think that, like you say, if we're going to see any players forced out of the side because of Van der Beek's inclusion, I think it should be Pereira. Chris Stott says, you have not got the COVID, have you, pig? I don't think so, mate. You never know. It's highly possible. Illy United says, Fabrizio tweeted Phil Jones is going to Olympiacos. Did he really? Oh, my days. Gongshi says, Fred has been good. It's probably a deal Manchester United have made with the Greek government to try and get Slabby Maguire off or something. Gongshi says, Fred has been good when given a run of games. I agree. Like, he definitely needs a chance. He shouldn't just be shipped out right now. He's done some good stuff whilst at United. Glenn says, have you taken the COVID test, pig? No, I haven't, mate. Can you hear the COVID sing? No, I haven't. Connor Watt, what's going on, my friend? Joseph LVR. Christoph Usher Masladov as well. I love that name. Usher Masladov. He says, Gesundheit, pig. Thank you very much. Usher. MBG says, get as much quality players, Ajax players as possible because of the United connection with Van der Sar, etc. This is the thing. Ajax have got some great players. We've said they produce talent like nobody else really over the years. They're fantastic at bringing players through and bringing talents through. And look, in all honesty, I know Daley Blind's just had that heart condition issue, but they got some good players. I mean, he's a fine example. He was at United for a number of years. When he went to Ajax, he sort of seemed to kick on and improve and actually had a bit of success, Daley Blind, whilst at Ajax. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think, I think they're a good standard as a football team and as a youth development network. They're one of the best in the world. Abbas Hassani comments, not over Pereira anyway. Yeah, Andreas Pereira's a joke, man. He is. He shouldn't be anywhere near the side, but he is. There's a bunch of you tuning in late night here for a little bit of a chat discussion about Van der Beek. Apparently the deal is very close to being done. The agreement's been made between the two sides. If you're just joining us, here's an update. So the agreement's been made between the two sides of 40 million euros, around about £37.5 million. Ajax accepted Manchester United's offer, and now we have agreed personal terms with the footballer's agent as well. So everything, all the wheels are in motion now. It's just what we have to do now is get the player to Manchester, do all the paperwork, and of course do the medical. And once we've completed the medical, we will be able to announce the player for proper. So I think that's fantastic. What do you guys think about Donny van der Beek coming to Manchester United then? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's read a bunch of your comments out as well. We've got one here from Hado Ken Masters. Sorry, I've got a really itchy nose. Hado Ken Masters says, Pig, if Messi goes to City, will you be happy he's in the league or jealous? I'll be jealous, Hado Ken Masters, in all honesty. Look, it would be great to see Messi in the Premier League. So in one respect, yes, we're all looking forward to seeing Messi in the Premier League if it happens. And that age-old question should maybe be answered. Can he do it in the Premier League? But I would be gutted that Manchester City have got to the stage where they can outspend Manchester United by that degree. And previously, it's just the fact that Manchester United have had such a massive reputation and history and what's gone before that has really enabled us over the last few years to sort of tussle with those big money spending teams in the transfer windows, unfortunately, because our owners do shackle us and stop us from actually competing with the likes of Chelsea and City now, because we don't have owners like that, unfortunately. We have a businessman who are sucking money out. We don't have businessmen who are putting money in one respect. So I think that we are suffering, we are at a loss, we are shackled when it comes to our ability to bring footballers into the squad. And if Lionel Messi ended up at Manchester City, then what is that going to do for them? That's going to give them so much impetus in terms of reputation around the world. Like, there's going to be little kids in Rosario, Argentina, growing up with Manchester City shirts on, just so you know. That is what would happen if Lionel Messi's allowed to join Manchester City. And they're one of the only clubs that can finance the deal. They're one of the only clubs that could make it happen. They've got that Pep Guardiola connection. I do think there's a good chance of it if Messi's to leave anyway. I still think he'll stay, but if he is to leave, it will be to Manchester City. And that would be sickening for us, mate. That would be terrible for us, Hado Ken. Because he's one of the best players in the world, it really is. And I don't see the statement of intent by our board to actually go and compete and close the gap with City on this one. I think it would be more of the case of, oh, they've got Messi, we've signed Van der Beek. You know what I mean? I think it'll be like that. Shout out to you all for getting in here. Smash that thumbs up button if you have not done so already. Hit a cheeky little like on it. Jarvis Cocker, with your comment, says, Donny van der Beek is perfect because Pogba is injury prone. We can't expect 40 plus games from the French gazelle. So true. The newborn baby gazelle. It's so true. You can't expect that number of games from Paul Pogba. He's always in and out of the side. I think most of our midfielders are going to have that experience. You've seen that with McTominay this year as well. The last season, McTominay was out injured for a while. Fred seems a very robust player, actually, which is another reason why I don't want to see him going out of the team. But Matic, he'll be out the team with fitness and injury issues throughout the season. Of course he will. He's a 32-year-old now. He's a big lad. He puts absolutely great effort in there. He's going to pick up some knock at some point, which is why you want a player waiting in the wings capable of coming in and doing the job, like a Donny van der Beek. To do that. So I think this just adds depth to our side. Like, I don't want to see anybody go out the other way. People keep mentioning, oh, Fred's going to be going, or what does this mean for McTominay and all that. I don't worry about any of that. I think what we should be worried about is adding the depth to the team. And this certainly would add a little bit of depth to the side. Jonathan Gallagher says, typical Ed Woodward. Ika Ichsani comments, stay healthy, Pig. I'll try to, mate. You know, it ain't easy, is it? Chris Stott comments, Sal Andreas and Van der Beek gets his number. There you go. That's it. Sal Andreas Pereira is absolutely garbage. Gunshi says, COVID-19 knows better than to mess with Don Piglioni. That's it, mate. Don Piglioni does not mess with the COVID-19. We will get the mafioso on it. Viraj Palmer says, hey, great news tonight. It is great news, Viraj. Let's hope that it does actually complete, and the signing of Van der Beek is announced in the coming days. He's got to fly to England. He's got to have a medical. We've got to finish the paperwork. But the agent has been dealt with. We've dealt with the player. We've got the personal terms agreed with the club and the player. So that is all you can really ask for. Asian Gamer says, does Man United have a number 11? Who is Manchester United's number 11? You know what? You've put me on the spot there, mate. I've just woken up from a nap. I couldn't even tell you any Manchester United players right now. Stay Clint comments, Messi legally told he cannot leave for free. Interesting. So look, he does have a 700 million release clause in his contract over there in Spain. But the thing is with his contract is he does have some sort of a clause in there that says he can leave for free at the end of a transfer window, or the end of a season, sorry. But because the dates are now different of when the season ended and when the new season's meant to start, I guess what you're telling me is he's been ruled out and said, no, it's had to be in those dates. And because it's not in those dates, the clause is no longer active, which means that there's no way Manchester City or anybody else for that matter would pay anywhere near 70 million for that guy. Ables 2009 comments, Van der Beek and Sancho, our attack will be frightening. Sounds pretty tasty. I mean, Van der Beek in the attack, I know he can play attacking midfield, but we're going to have Bruno in that position though. Where I envisage Van der Beek is playing that sort of with where Matic is now, I guess. So you would have a mix of Pogba and Van der Beek, and then you would have Bruno in front. That is how I envisage it, but maybe, look, like you say, Van der Beek's versatile, he can play CAM. Maybe we'll see something like that happening. But Sancho getting in the team is of massive importance now. I think we've got to stop fanning around with that one. Oh, Mrs. P says, you can heat up the McDonald's, Mr. P. Maybe no, it's bang out of order, love. Don't order food to people's houses when they're asleep. Honestly, that is a joke. Eddie A says, we've got a Don in the actual team now, Pig. There you go, Donny. We've got the Don. Don Van der Beekio. Do you know what I mean? Gavin Clark says number 11 is vacant. There you go. That's probably why I couldn't think of a number 11. To me, there's only one number 11 in the team anyway, and that's Ryan Giggs. They should just retire that jersey. They should just retire the number 11. Like, there's never going to be another number 11 like Ryan Giggs, is there? Let's be honest now. Eat Football comments, we need a centre-back and a striker. Sad face. Yes, it would be nice. I mean, look, we've got Odion Igalo on loan until January, so we're okay until then in terms of a backup striker. Plus, we have Mason Greenwood around the side, so remember that if Jadon Sancho does come in, which is only a maybe at this moment in time, then that's going to mean Mason Greenwood is going to play all across that front line in various different positions, in various different games, because whatever game that he's needed, whether it's to replace Rashford or Martial or Sancho, whichever one's needed, he will come in there and he will get game time. So I think Greenwood's going to play at striker. Primot says Greenwood 11. Hey, you know, if anybody's got the bottle to live up to the mantle of Ryan Giggs' number 11 shirt, then you never bloody know. Greenwood's probably the one. Gunshi comments, I wish United would just pay up for Sancho and stop melting. I'm with you. I don't really understand it. It's like cutting off your nose to spite your face, isn't it? Why not just get him in here a little bit earlier, pay a few £1 million more, and that way we've got our man, rather than have the risk of another team coming in, rather than have the risk of Dortmund not wanting to do the business, because they want time to sign a replacement at the end of the day. They don't want to just be left without their best player last day of the transfer window. That makes no sense. They would want to be able to get the business done early so that they can sign a player. I think they said so themselves. They said if this wasn't done before they started a tour or started something a couple of weeks ago, then this would be over and done with, and Sancho would remain a Dortmund player for the rest of the entirety of the season. That is what they said. Now, of course, if the money's good enough, that can be changed very quickly, but that, of course, is how it works. Jarvis Cocker with a super chat here. Thank you, Jarvis. He comments, I have a sneaking suspicion Pogba's leaving us for Real Madrid. Makes sense. Real Madrid forfeited Donny van der Beek and we will get the money needed for Sancho. Jarvis Cocker, it's a very interesting point you make there. How would you guys feel about Paul Pogba potentially leaving the football club? Stick a 1 in the live chat if you think that would be a good idea to generate cash. Stick a 2 in the live chat if you think it's a terrible idea to let Paul Pogba go. So basically, stick a 1 if you would let Paul Pogba go to generate cash. Stick a 2 if you wouldn't. So what we're asking here is, would you take Van der Beek and Sancho over Pogba effectively? So we've got 1 in the chat for Stay Clint. Bunch of 2s in the chat, 2s in the chat. So you all guys think Pogba should be leaving? Yeah. I mean, we don't want Pogba to leave right now. We need to improve in the midfield. We need to improve in the depth. Like, it kind of makes sense, though, that maybe United would be looking to finance a deal with our owners the way they operate. But I think that there would be a lot of fan outrage if Paul Pogba left in this transfer window. Plus, he's got bloody coronavirus. Do you know what I mean? He's got bloody coronavirus, guys. He's not getting signed up for anywhere anytime soon. I mean, the new season starts in a few weeks, right? The transfer window closed in a few weeks as well, so I very much doubt Paul Pogba's going to be going anywhere. Plus, he like look at this comment here from Harry Palmer. He says Pogba's crucial to our squad. He is crucial to our squad. This is the thing. He may not, have performed every single game for us this season, but I think he's had a better year. I think when Matic and Pogba came back after lockdown, that's the best we've seen from Paul Pogba for a while. I think he has turned a corner at United, and he's very important for us. On his day, Paul Pogba's one of the first names on the team sheet, honestly, because of how good he is. And if you put him alongside Van der Beek, this, like I said earlier in the vid, I envisage our midfield to be essentially Matic, Pogba and Bruno. But now Van der Beek's going to be coming in and taking the role of, say, Matic long term. He's 23, so he can play that central midfield role. He does have some defensive abilities as well. He can do it all. So I think it makes a bit of sense to have him partner alongside Paul Pogba, another player who's sort of good at everything. And that could be pretty formidable in terms of the midfield. So yeah, I think that's a good shout. Shout out to you all for stopping by. There's over 100 of you legends tuned in here. It's after midnight, so thank you for watching. I didn't think there'd be any of you guys tuning in. So really appreciate you stopping by. Hit that thumbs up button. That will help this video out a lot. And also give it a share if you can on social media. That would be absolutely sick. And get your comments in here. I want to hear from you quickly before we wrap it up. Eddie A says the Don is a depth signing, no more, no less. Interesting. Yeah, it definitely adds depth to our midfield. I can't really complain with that. I agree with you, though. It's not an inspirational marquee signing, this one. It's not a Jadon Sancho. It's not an Ndidi or a Bruno Fernandes or something, a big name signing that's going to have instant impact right now. What it does do, though, like you say, it gives us depth in that position. And he's a good player who, in the future, could be one of the world's best. We'll see. Robert Bell says Donny van der Beek finally bought someone. About time. Too good signing, but need more than one player. Jadon Sancho next, please. One, Paul Pogba must stay. So everybody feeling that Paul Pogba must be staying. I agree with that. Joseph Misko says, hi, Mrs. P. Next time, send the McDonald's to me. I will eat it. Ray Reddington says, Badashini and Sancho next. Need Reguilon and Partey too. Sell Smalling, Jones, Rojo, Romero, Dallo, Pereira. Total cost about 150 million. Ray Reddington. Ray Reddington. I have to say to you, Ray, you're spot on, mate. If only it was that simple, my friend. I don't understand why they can't just do that. Like, we should have signed these guys. Sancho next. Reguilon would be fantastic. Badashini, great. Thomas Partey. It's another player you mentioned there. I don't see that one happening, but why the hell not? You're spot on, mate. This is what we should be doing. Those players you mentioned there, Smalling, Jones, Rojo, Romero, Dallo, Pereira, none of them are good enough, guys. None of them are good enough. And United should be looking at moving on some of these players, in my opinion. Maybe Diogo Dallo's still got a future. He's only 20. But still, I'm thinking of looking at those players, thinking, yeah, all they're really doing is holding this United side back with the quality there and costing us money. You got players like Jesse Lingard on 150 grand a week, Phil Jones, Chris Smalling, Romero, Dallo, Pereira, like you just said. They don't need to be at this football club anymore. They're not going to offer us much in terms of depth and quality when called upon anyway. You don't need Phil Jones when you've got Twanzebe and potentially Badashini and Bailly and Lindelof and Maguire. You don't need Phil Jones. Do you know what I mean? So, yes, I agree with you on that one, mate. Like, we should be trying absolutely everything we can to move a few players on this window. That's one of the most weird things about this window as well. Yes, I understand we don't want to just leave ourselves with a skeleton squad. But it's not just been a case of Manchester United not signing players this window. We've also had a problem getting them out. Like, I know Sanchez that's amazing, just to get the Sanchez off the books. I cannot believe Inter wanted to take him. I cannot believe it. But anyway, just to get him off our books is great. But there's still other players that we should have been working on to get out of this football club as well. The only problem is, I guess there's no bastard that actually wants to go and sign Phil Jones for the money that he's on. There's no team in the world of football that wants to sign Jesse Lingard for however much money to pay him 150 grand a week. What's up, crazy girls? What's going on, everyone? VK Dean says you always need Jones. Ryan Burberspin. Gavin Clark, yeah, that's right. He says, yeah, why haven't we sold any? I really don't understand why we've not sold a few players from the team this window and generated a little bit of money and also created a bit of space. Steve Morrison says, what price would you put on Romero? Would like him at Leeds. I mean, look, I don't think you're going to get very much money for Romero based on the fact that he is a backup goalie. I mean, he's Argentina's main goalie as far as I'm aware, so he's a good quality standard keeper. We've seen him any time he's been called on. He's a great keeper. I think you'd have to get at least sort of 10 or 15 million for him, but based on his backup role, he's not really going to... I don't think anybody's really going to come in for him for any money. I think if he leaves, it'll be when it's at the end of his contract. I don't really know. You never know. Jonathan Gallagher says, Inter Milan, maybe. Marty J says, Fergie always said he wouldn't sell Madrid a virus. That's very true. I wouldn't sell them a virus. Very true. In the end, though, ultimately, we had to sell them Cristiano Ronaldo. But yes, they're absolutely horrible to deal with by all accounts. So, yeah. Jarvis Cocker says, we sold Sanchez. Very true. We got that one out. Gunshi says, 89 likes. Can we get to 100? Shout out everybody that's watching this vid and that's chucked a like on this video. Please do hit that thumbs up button if you have not done so already. That would help it out. Bernardine says, sell them all to Newcastle. There you go. Surely they want some of our shithouse players. They're signing players like bloody Almiron. You know, I'd take Jesse Lingard over Almiron, in all honesty. Desired Fates, how you doing? Says next, a defensive midfielder. We'll see. Premot comments 40 million for Van der Beek. Makes 80 million Greenish seem a bit silly. This is what it's ultimately boiled down to, I think, there, Premot, is the fact that our owners and our chief exec didn't see the value in the deal, and maybe there isn't any value in the deal. If you look at the Greenish deal, 70 million quid, there's no value in that. When you look at Donny van der Beek for half that money, there is value in that. You're getting a player who's just as good, really. Okay, they haven't done it in the Premier League, but they've done it for a very good side in the Champions League, in the Eredivisie over in Holland. Very good standard team. Ajax is a great team that produces great talents. Okay, their domestic league is not as strong or as deep as the Premier League, but it's still a very good team. And, yeah, I think there's no value in Greenish for 70 million, whereas 35 million for Donny van der Beek seems like it makes perfect sense, my friend. Come on, get it done. Get it done, United. Stop this fanning around. I hope there's no issue with the medical. I hope we get this deal done. And I hope we announce something with Jadon Sancho in the next week as well, because it's a joke that we haven't even done that already. Harry Palmer comments, how did you manage to sneak into United's dressing room? That's it, I just slipped the old security guard a cheeky little 20, and he's let me in for a little bit to do my vid. We've got an understanding. Josh Drain comments, Pig, what number do you think Donny will get on his shirt? Interesting. 69, dudes. Patrick comments, has he signed yet? Just to let you know, Patrick, he has not signed yet. But what has happened is, just to give you the lowdown, Manchester United have submitted an official bid of £37.5 million, about 40 million euros. It's been accepted by Ajax, and Manchester United have also agreed personal terms in a deal with Donny van der Beek and his agent. That's what's being reported. From what we understand, Man United have reached an agreement for the sale price of 40 million euros for Ajax's Donny van der Beek, and we've also agreed personal terms with the player and his agent. Now, what remains to do is obviously a medical and to get all the paperwork wrapped up and done, which should be done in the next 2 days. Like, if you could probably fly over to Manchester tomorrow, the next day, and everything's going to be sorted out. So I'd expect this to be announced at the very latest, really, by Tuesday, sometime on Tuesday. Dylan Taylor says, I think he will get 12. Mrs. P says 128 legends watching. Yeah, shout out to every single one of you guys. And we smashed 100 likes, everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you for getting involved. If you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button, everybody. Because, you know, we cover Man United on every single aspect here, whether it's transfers, the games, football, reactions, ratings, all these sorts of things. So get involved with the channel and show some love. Stephen United says the players we don't want are on too much money. Small clubs can't pay them wages. Very true. Razak says if Greenish is 80 million, then Greenwood is 150 million. Greenwood is actually 150 million anyway. I just wouldn't sell him anyway, even if somebody said here's 200 million. It's not worth it because he's probably going to be one of the best in the world. Nice one, Jonathan Gallagher. Ben Chu comments, first time watching, but what entertainment. Thank you, Benchu. This isn't even me on top form, mate. I've just rolled out of bed, son. I've got a cold. I've got melt fever on the go, or COVID or something. I don't know. I've got serious cold on the go. So this isn't even me on top form, my friend. Wesley McLeish, you ain't seen nothing yet, baby. Wesley McLeish says, hey, just found out Rashford has been carrying an ankle injury during the games we played during lockdown. What's your thoughts on that? Wesley McLeish, yes, I think somebody mentioned that to me the other day, and I have to say that it makes a lot of sense because he was so good before the injury, and then he came back from an injury, that back injury, remember, and he was just not the same player. But it would make sense to me if he was carrying an ankle injury based on how he performed over the last few weeks. I think he was there more out of necessity than anything else. Let me just blow my nose, lads and lasses. Absolutely rancid. I'm rancid right now. Nausea with a comment here says Samuel Umtiti refuses Barcelona test. Left centre back. Interesting. From what I understand, I saw something about Lionel Messi at Barcelona also today saying something like he's. Oh, I don't know. Something to do with he's definitely leaving, but I mean I don't know if that's true. Ramsey United says it was stupid to play him while injured. He was playing awful last game. Totally agree with you, Ramsey United, and I don't. That's what I don't understand about Solskjaer sometimes. Like he could have taken Rashford off in that last game. I can't. What game was it? Or was it the Chelsea game? Or was it the Sevilla? I can't remember. But one of these games, he was playing absolutely rubbish in Rashford. And he could have made a change and put somebody else on. He could have put Igalo up top and swung Martial out on the left-hand side. That would have been a lot more effective. Rather than have a player who's harbouring an injury out there on the pitch, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Okay, cool comments. Corona. Oh, bloody hope not. Shout out to Marion Donovan as well, getting in here. Asan Akhtar says a visit to McDonald's didn't make his day. No, it really didn't, because it's not just about, the McDonald's. I appreciate the McDonald's, but what I don't appreciate is when I've had this out with her before, do not send me food to my house when I'm asleep or I'm not expecting it. The other day she sent me one. She's trying to be nice. I'd just eaten a massive dinner, a jacket potato, beans and cheese, and then I've got a freaking KFC turn up at my house the other day. Shocking, man. That's not good, my friends. George Gaming says, hi, the Flying Pig United. How's it going, George Gaming? Shout out to you. Foyz Hassan says, yes, Piggy. Thank you very much, Foyz Hassan. One of the channel members getting in here. Top lad. Great to see you, Foyz. Right, okay, I'll read a bunch more of your comments out then, lads and lasses. We'll stick around for a little while. Get your thoughts in about the Donny van der Beek situation. Agree in terms with United. Do you think it's a good bit of business for United? Would you be happy with that as a window? Or do you think we need to get a few more players? And I think we all know the answer to that, actually. Marion Donovan, nice one. Primot comments, the cats will start coming around Mrs. P. It's a very good point, actually. I mean, look, I haven't even... But basically all it is there's McDonald's downstairs, congealed. It's been on the floor since 8 a.m. I'm not even having it. That's going to teach her. Like, you don't send food to people's houses when they're not expecting it. Mikey Smith says, stop complaining, Pig. If you don't want it, I'll have it. Come and get it, mate. Honestly, I don't want it. Honestly, it's a disgrace. Marek Stachowski comments, going to bed. See you, lads. Hey, Marek Stachowski, thanks for watching. Thank you very much for getting in here. Asan Actor says, love this channel. Thank you for that, Asan Actor. Yeah, I've been trying to get more content out recently, guys. I'm a little bit disappointed that I fell asleep earlier, though, because I wanted to do a gaming stream on my gaming channel. So apologies to anybody who was waiting around for a gaming stream to start and it never happened. Sorry about that. Quan Lee comments, can we sign Messi? No. I don't think we can, mate. No, we can't afford him. The Glazers wouldn't spend 900 grand a week on anyone now, I don't think. We just wouldn't do it. Even though you get amazing commercial benefits from it, we just wouldn't do that. Hey, no worries, Hassan. Wesley McLeish says, if United fans... oh, hang on, are you Hassan? Yeah, you're Hassan Actor from Twitter, actually. You do the graphic design. Is that right? Have I got the right person? Sorry, there's so many people that comment on this, but Hassan Akhtar, if it is, shout out to you. Check him out on Twitter. He does T-shirts and graphic design and stuff like that. You can probably Twitter search his name like that, Hassan Akhtar. Anyway, Thorvin says, sorry, I missed the start. No worries, Thorvin. Better late than never. It's the getting in here that counts. Do us a favour, hit that like button. Primot says, having any guests on for next week? Absolutely, Primot. We've got a Manchester United footballer on ex-footballer on Tuesday. That's going to be a good chat. And then we've got another one next week as well. And there'll be a couple of other guests on. So, yeah. Gungshi says, Mrs. P, no, you're not a you're a legend-esque. George Gaming says, I'm okay. Can you sub to me? I can potentially George Gaming. I'll have to check out your channel first, though. Amasasani says, Zillion, it's just rumour. Razak says, it's Robbie Savage, I can tell. Aiden says, as soon as Rash came back, he wasn't the same player. Something has been off. He needs to get that ankle better before he's put back on the pitch. We can't afford to be losing good opportunities. Fully agree. Like, there's no good reason to play an injured player. I think if he was harbouring an ankle injury, it's completely wrong that he was selected in the team. Just goes to show you the lack of depth we have in our team. Zillions Godzilla says, is Man United going to sign Van der Beek? It definitely looks like it, Godzilla. It looks like it. Let's see. I mean, the personal terms have been agreed with the player. The terms have been agreed with the clubs. All that remains now is for him to pass a medical and for us to cross the T's and dot the I's and finish all the paperwork. Yeah, there you go, Hassan Akhtar, top man. G Wolf United says, told you, bro, patience pays. VK Dean says, Mrs. P sounds like a diamond, bro. She just needs polishing around the edges. Mate, I don't know about that. You say diamond, I say dung ball. You know what I mean? Anyway, In the United says, there are mods today. LOL, that's right. George Roberts comments, Van der Beek is the perfect signing. It's a good signing for that amount of money. Like, it would be a good signing. It definitely represents a lot of value in the deal, doesn't it? Yes, Marion Donovan, I do know Mac Goldbridge. Yeah, I do. Charlie's reaction says, Penchester United. Absolutely not, Charlie, no. We can't help it if we're getting fouled in the box after creating so many goal-scoring opportunities. It can't be helped. We're the one creating those chances. It's only right that we get, that the other opposition gets penalised for committing awful fouls and atrocities on us, my friend. Mikhail Berry comments, how about Maguire? What about him? You think, what, in terms of starting in the side this season? I mean, we've got him, don't we? £80 million. We have to stick with our player. I'm going to stick by him anyway. Not as captain. I don't think he should be the captain of United anyway. I did say that weeks ago before any of this stuff. I just think that we've got a better leader out there in terms of Bruno anyway. Norsey comments, right now, what I think is that we need a backup to Mason. Sancho will be a great signing, but will disturb the team. A backup, I think, Florian Thauvin could play the backup. Really, I don't think he'd come in and play the backup, though, Florian Thauvin. No, he's too experienced. He's not going to play the backup to an 18-year-old Greenwood. No. But I understand what you're saying, but Aiden CE says, Van der Beek is a good start. Many more signings, hopefully start to many more signings. Hope so. Seb with a comment says, will we do the double over Leeds? Yes or yes? Really hope so, Seb. I'd be gutted if we didn't do the double over Leeds. Those are the two games that I'm really looking for this season, playing the Leeds scum. And if we don't get both results in both the games, it's going to be shocking, isn't it? We won't hear the end of it. Andrew Cullen says, United report tweeted Ollie wants 3 more players. I'm sure he wants 3 or 4 more players. If I was Solskjaer, I would definitely want more players. Like, he needs players in his squad. Like, there's not enough depth or quality in the squad. He definitely needs some help. So if I was Solskjaer, I would have had a list of 4 or 5, 6 players that I wanted at the start of the window. It's not down to him, unfortunately, to bring them through the door anymore. So, yeah. G-Wolf United, I hope you're doing good, mate. Sounds like you're having a good one. Really appreciate that. Zillions, you're not allowed to spam, my friend. You will get timed out for spamming, because obviously we need to not fill the live chat up there, my friend. Jimny Darami comments, Sancho is a better left wing than Rashford. I mean, I don't know if that's true. If you actually look at the first half of the season at Manchester United for Rashford when he's playing on the left, he got 17 goals in half of the season. That's impressive. No, sorry. 14 goals in half the season. 17 goals in the whole of the season. Sorry. 14 goals in half of the season. 3 in the second half of the season. The first half of the season, Rashford was amazing on the left-hand side, to be perfectly honest with you. But he did have that injury issue. He did come back, and he wasn't the same player. But if you're actually looking at how he performed for the first half of the season, he was as good as Jadon Sancho, absolutely. And if you had Jadon Sancho on the other side, then bloody hell, we've got a serious team there. MUFC Away says, when is the medical? So it's most likely going to be on Tuesday, I'd imagine. It could be tomorrow, but it's most likely going to be on Tuesday. All that remains now is the player has to fly over to Manchester, have the medical. They've got to complete the paperwork, but all the personal terms between the player and the player's agent and the club have been agreed, and the deal has been agreed between Manchester United and Ajax. So that's all been agreed, everybody. It's all done. We just have to wait for the medical to be completed. Gaz Newton comments, yes, Pig, late to the party, been playing COD. Great news about Van der Beek, isn't it? It is great news, Gaz Newton. It really is good. It's a good signing, represents good value, and it's a player that we could definitely do with right now. Now, is that going to be the be-all and end-all of our transfer window? I hope not, but it would not surprise me if we were not able to bring any more players in. But definitely what we need to do is bring in Sancho. We could do with bringing a top quality centre back in as well. There's talk about Badashile. There's talk about Upamecano. Somebody like that. Some of these young, hungry players who are going to get better, I think we should try and invest in, try and sign in this window. And there's also a little bit of chat maybe about this Reguilon fella, this left back who's playing for Sevilla, who Real Madrid own. He seems a very good talent as well. Might be achievable for us to go and sign him. We'll see. It remains to be seen just how much back in the Glazers are going to give Solskjaer this window. It doesn't look like a lot to me. I think they're just doing the bare minimum at the moment, and they're really biding their time on that Jadon Sancho deal to try and get the right money paid for the player, which I think is wrong. We should just be getting him in early to begin with, helping us have time to bed in and work with the player and all that kind of stuff. But it seems like they're just going to wait it out, try and save a few million on that one. And then I'd be very surprised if Manchester United do sign Van der Beek and we do sign Sancho, which is a big if at this stage. I would be very surprised if we signed any other players after that, because I just don't think our board are really truly great at what they do, and I don't think Woodward's great at bringing the players in. We'll see, but I don't see any players going out other than Sanchez. I don't see any players going out, and that is what you need in order to see a little bit of more movement coming in, I think, because we got players on the books here that are on huge money. Jones, Lingard, Pereira, all these guys, they're on a lot of money, and it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Carlos HD says, yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing, Carlos HD? Buzzing it at the moment, are you, with the news? Good stuff. Bernal Dean says, yep, let's send Leeds down back to the Championship. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me, my friend. United Extra Time says, Matt Judge already flown to Germany straight from Amsterdam. Very interesting. That's what hopefully will be tomorrow then with Manchester United and Donny van der Beek. Gungshi says, Skriniar always seemed impressive. Wonder if he's gettable. Yeah, I don't, so it'd be a lot of money. It would be a big money deal to get Skriniar over to the Premier League, I think, for any club. But for United to do it right now, don't see them doing it. Theophilus comments with a 2. I'm guessing you were watching a little bit late, my friend, and you saw the vote. You've just seen the vote. Anyway, guys, so who would you actually have in the position then? Right now, I just want to get your thoughts and opinions. If we sign Van der Beek, what's your starting midfield duo? Behind Bruno. It's got to be behind Bruno. So who is it? Let me know. Comment in the comment section. Is it Van der Beek and Pogba? Is it still Matic and Pogba? Is it Fred and McTominay? Is it Van der Beek and Pogba? Who is it? Let me know. Get in the comment section and have your say. What's your best midfield duo now that we signed, or now that we potentially are signing Van der Beek? United Toast. What's going on? I love that name. He says United Toast. Have you heard that Matt Judge is flying into Cologne, possibly to finalise the deal for Sancho? No, I haven't. Apart from somebody mentioned it a minute ago. But other than that, I haven't, my friend. That's great. That's great stuff. Hopefully it gets done. Harry Palmer says Pogba, Van der Beek. Gungshi says Pogba, Van der Beek. Seb says Pogba, Van der Beek. Razak says Pogba and Van der Beek. Aaron Cunningham says Pogba's and Van der Beek. I think it's Pogba and Van der Beek then, isn't it, everyone? Everyone seems to be commenting Pogba and Van der Beek. I think it is indeed Pogba and Van der Beek. Look, Matic is brilliant, actually. He's been really good for us this last half of the season. He was so good. But he's 32. He's not going to be here forever. Van der Beek is 23. So, yes, he's going to be playing in that role for the foreseeable future. But it depends how he gets on. Jimmy Darami comments a flat 3. Beek, Pogba and Bruno. Interesting. Quite interesting. Tom Bunting says 4-3-3, Thiago. Interesting. Yeah, Thiago would be an outstanding signing. I really rate Thiago. I don't know really why we haven't even tried to sign a player like Thiago. Why are we just leaving the door open for the Scousers to sign Thiago? It doesn't make much sense to me, that. Gazby says Matic probably suit Van der Beek more, as Van der Beek is more attacking minded. There you go. So in terms of the balance within the side, that's the thing. You don't want too many players who are too attacking. But isn't Van der Beek, he can also play, he's also an all-round midfielder. He can defend. But if you actually look at his stats and his assists and his goals, he's definitely, he's right. He's an attack-minded player because he scored quite a reasonable amount of goals and stuff like that for his team. United Extra Time says, yes, Pig got photo proof, including times of flights leaving and arriving. Oh, Oh, things are hotting up then, United extra time. Let's hope we get that deal done soon. Mikhail Berry says, I want to ask about Pogba. How is it? Is he all right? It seems all right to me. I don't really know what's going on with the coronavirus situation, but he does have coronavirus. I haven't heard any news on it. At the end of the day, he is a young, physically fit athlete, so you'd think he would be okay dealing with it. But this is a funny virus, you know. Sometimes you've got some underlying concern or some immune system issue, or I don't know. Sometimes it can linger around for a long time and it can cause all sorts of issues. Thank you, Matt Rush. He says, smash a like for Van der Beek. Thank you, Matt Rush. By the way, if you've not commented or you have commented and I've not read out your comment yet, sorry, I'm trying to read everybody's comments out, but comment now and I'll get in here before we wrap this video up and I'll reply to you. Edward Larty comments, without penalty, you would not score, Sevilla. Well, unfortunately, you're probably right, because that's what happened. We had all the chances in the world. The only goals we were able to score were from penalties. So you're right, my friend. Mrs. P with a super chat says the dung ball is off by Legends. Yeah, go on, roll yourself off, love. Wesley McLeish says Greenwood should get either number 7 or 11. What do you think? Yeah, you know, I like the 11 on Greenwood, actually. Now you've mentioned that, and even though I said that I think Greenwood may be a good backup for striker in the future as well, I do think, you know, the number 11 suits him pretty well. Vivito United says, there is no virus. Wake up. There is no bathroom. Fair play. George Gaming. I'm on 45 and I want to get to 50. Shout out to George Gaming then, you know, if you want to check out his channel. I'm just saying, there it is, George Gaming. He's very adamant in the live chat. All Things Man United's in here. Check you out, buddy. Great to see you, lad. What a legend as well. He's got another Man United channel of himself. Check it out. All Things Man United. He says, United get the Sancho deal done. Great to see you in here, All Things Man United. Thank you so much for sharing all my vids on Twitter all the time, mate. You're a top man. And, yeah, I think that's absolutely spot on. We just got to get the deal done now. It's actually ridiculous that we are fanning around to this degree with Jadon Sancho to the point where we still haven't got him. I do expect to get him, though. United Extra Time says, Donny van der Beek's biggest strength is his extreme pressing game. There you go. This is what we need to add a bit more into the side as well. We need to be a little bit more in terms of better ball retention, ball winning, defensively, 100%. Marion Donovan says, do you think we will get Sancho? I do, Marion. I just think there's going to be a long waiting game. Yeah, no spam there, George. No spamming. Clogs up the live chat. Right then, we've almost got 200 viewers in here, actually. So do us a favour quickly. Smash that thumbs up button. Give it a like. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And get involved for the last few minutes of this live stream, because I'll be wrapping it up sooner or later. But I did just want to jump on here and talk about the breaking news that is all over the place. You know, that United have agreed terms with Donny van der Beek. We've also agreed terms, or we've agreed to deal with Ajax for the sale of Donny van der Beek to United. Come on, my son, get in there. It's just a case of all the formalities out of the way now. It's all the case of getting the deal in there, getting the deal done, getting the paperwork finished, and getting the medical completed, which will probably be completed tomorrow. I'll be doing an update video on that tomorrow, or whenever the news comes. It probably will be tomorrow, though. Roy Barraza comments, Tellez for left back, Torres and Sancho. Yeah, interesting, good shouts there. Yeah, good, you know, got a centre back there as well. Tellez, left back. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Alex Tellez, Brazilian left back. Anytime I've seen him, seems very good. Great option. Abbas Hassani says Reguilon will be a steal for 25 mil. Another great left back option. I think that's a good option as well. And for 25 million euros, you can't really go wrong. Jonathan Gallagher says, Pig, how happy are you that we will get Van der Beek? I'm pretty happy, Jonathan Gallagher. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty happy. You know, we need other players to come in there. We need to get the Jadon Sanchos of this world and these deals done. But I will be happy with that signing because it's another step in the right direction. Lyara Sunday says, hello, please. I just joined recap. I think I just did, actually. So, yeah, we've put a bid in for Van der Beek. Ajax have accepted it, and we have now agreed personal terms with the player as well and his agent. So he's going to be flying to Manchester. He's going to be completing a medical over the next day or two, and then we should get the deal completely done and dusted and wrapped up. Steve Morrison says, thoughts on Rodrigo de Paul? Leeds are signing him. Yeah, I think it's a very good signing Rodrigo. It's his Spain international at the end of the day. Anybody to get a player of that calibre when you're coming up from the Championship is a good signing. Rick O'Neill says, nice one up late, Pig. A great signing, I think. Yeah, actually, I've been asleep for all of the evening, my friend. I don't know what time I went to bed. Probably like 6 p.m. or something. I just completely crashed out earlier. And I woke up to the news that Man United have agreed terms and agreed to deal for Donny van de Beek. Come on. Danilo Mora comments, is Donny coming? Yes, Danilo. It's looking like he is coming, my friend. It's being reported anyway that we've agreed to terms and he's on his way for a medical. So we'll see. Nick M comments, we need Sevilla in our Champions League group. Time for some sweet revenge. Oh, we said that last time though, didn't we? On the Jose Mourinho debacle against them when they knocked us out. Do you remember? When we played them in the Champions League under Jose and we stunk up the place and Sevilla beat us. And we said, oh, we're going to get the revenge next time, and we didn't. Fred the Red says, just watched plenty of videos on YouTube of Van der Beek, and though he is not a CDM, he reads the game very well. If Ollie's not playing with a CDM in many games, I think Donny will be box-to-box buying. Yeah, he does seem, like you say, a good all-round, complete box-to-box midfielder. So I think you're right there. He can do it all. Nice one. The war on terror comments, Pogba, Bruno and Van der Beek is just championship manager madness. CDM needs attention. Hey, good point. Very good point. We've got Nemanja Matic there at the moment. Is Van der Beek a true successor to Nemanja Matic? Not really. He's more of an all-round complete midfielder, isn't he? Rather than a defensive-minded defensive beast, which is what we need in my opinion. And I've been saying and singing the praises of Wilfred Ndidi for ages. He's a big physical defensive player, athletic. You know, that's the sort of player I would have liked to us to go and sign, but it's not really realistic in this current window, I guess, with our owners anyway. It should be realistic for a club like United, but it's not realistic in this current window with our owners the way that they're going about it. Jimmy Darami says, we really need a left back, left centre back, right wing. Fully agree. El Capo Salas comments, Tonali, Bakayoko, Benica, Kessie for Milan, and Beek, Fernandes, Pogba, McTominay for United. Fire. There you go. You know, it doesn't take rocket science, doesn't we? Need to get these players in. Roy Barazin, just importantly, I agree with you, Roy. We've got to get these players out too. He says, Sal, Andreas, Lingard, and Fred. Fred, really? Why Fred? Fred was good for us this season. Fred's quite useful in that he can play in a bunch of different roles. He can do a bunch of different things. He's good defensively. He's good on the ball. He's a good passer. I think he's good all round, Fred. I wouldn't get rid of him right now. We need depth. We need depth, not losing depth. Ray Reddington says Greenwood is back up to Marcel. Absolutely, there you go. If Sancho does come in, Greenwood's going to be able to be the backup to all three. He can replace Rashford in a game on the left. He can replace Martial up top in a game. He can replace Sancho on the right in a game if we need to mix it up and rotate. He can even come in and play CAM for Bruno. So, look, Greenwood's not going to get any less game time, I think, if we did sign Sancho. IRA Sunday says, how do I join your members club? I love the content. Hey, nice one, everybody. All the channel members, get in the live chat now and stick in your favourite emoji. Your favourite channel member exclusive emoji. Whether it's Roy Keane with your nonsense or whether it's the wild pig hair or whatever it is. Get it in there to show the people what they're missing by not being channel members. But actually, IRA, how you join, I think you just click the blue join button on YouTube next to the subscribe button on my channel. It might be different if you're on iPhone. I think iPhone users have to click a link, which I don't have for you right now, my friend. Sam Hopkins. Yes, Sam Hopkins. Great to see you, lad. Thank you for getting in there with the wild man emojis. Matty Rush is getting in there with the Roy Keane, the bacon sizzling, the Bruno, and the Greenwood emojis as well. Thank you, everyone, for spamming those emojis in the live chat. Yeah, if you want to become a channel member, you can. You know, you don't have to. This is all free. But if you enjoy what I do on this, I'm trying to do this full-time as my actual life now after post-lockdown. So it would mean a lot to me if you did want to become a channel member. I'm not going to lie. Mikey Smith with those emojis too. Thank you, lads. Oh, Steve Morrison says, different Rodrigo. We've signed Rodrigo Moreno. Rodrigo de Paul is an Argentinian number 10 who we're also chasing. Oh, okay. I can see where I've got mixed up there, to be fair. In that case, I don't really have any opinion on it at all. Hey, no worries at all in United. He says, sorry, Pig, I don't have a credit card. No worries at all. Like I say, this is free, man. Don't worry about it. You know yourself in United. You don't have to be a member to get me to chat to you. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to interact with everybody regardless. I'm not going to interact with people just because they super chat or just because they're members. Nah, I don't operate that way. I like everyone to play on a level playing field, you know what I mean? In fact, sometimes it will hinder you having the membership next to your name. So I think, oh, I'd probably read too many of theirs out, so I better skip them. Gungshi, thank you. He says, check your PayPal, my good man. Thank you, Gungshi. Oh, Gungshi, what a top legend you are, mate. He says, yeah, I got a thing here from Gungshi. There's no message with it, though, Gungshi, on this one. What's going on? Let me just click on it and see if there is furthermore. Let's have a look. So, anyway, thank you so much for all the incredible support, Gungshi, over the years, dude. You're an absolute lunatic. Yes, sorry, there is a note to go with it. My bad. It says, get in there, mein Zoon, which is my son in Dutch. Thanks, Pig, for the late night video. It's 7 a.m. here and I still can't believe sleep. Oh, you've not been to sleep yet, Gungshi? No, that is not good, mate. Not at 7 a.m. I hate that. If you've been up all night at 7 a.m., that sucks. Well, I hope you get to sleep soon, Gungshi, and thank you so much for that as well, dude. That's very, very nice showing you support like that, my friend, as you always do. You're a lunatic. Thank you. Christopher Murphy, how you doing? He says, haven't been on YouTube for a while. Glad to see you're still going strong. You know it, Christopher Murphy. We've just smashed 25,000 subscribers. Come on, my son, get in there. 25,000 subscribers, Christopher Murphy. So we just smashed it. Games with Mensley as well, says Flying Pig. How you doing, my man? I'm doing great. Games with Mensley. Cantonar7 says, skip this comment. I hope you're doing good there, Games with Mensley. Summit Raj Garg says, you just popped up on my YouTube. Well, you know what you can do, Summit? You can subscribe to the channel. If you are new to this stream right now, if you've never seen this before, if you've never been on this channel before, if you've never been a part of this community of legends, which is what it is, then you're missing out. You need to subscribe. You need to hit that subscribe button. You need to click the bell icon to be notified when we post live. We cover United on this channel. Probably, I would say, about as bullshit free as any YouTube channel. So there you go. I mean, you're not going to get the daily 7 videos about Sancho done deal and all that bullshit on here. You'll get one a week on it. You'll get, you know, some information on it here and there, but you're not going to get absolute bullshit clickbait. So, but if that sounds good to you, then hit that subscribe button and get involved on the channel, everybody. Great job, Matt Rush. Great job, Gunshi, doing the moderating. Marion Donovan, appreciate you commenting, appreciate everybody getting in here, but try not to spam so much like that because it will clog the live chat up. Manchester United says, you're a legend. Thank you for that, Manchester United. You're a bloody legend too. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you giving me the good vibes and the positivity there, man. Nice one. G-Wolf says, we are going to do bits this season. Ollie's at the wheel. Yes, G-Wolf. Tom Sampson, a man after my own heart. Gungshi says, spammers are out in force tonight. Inna says, I need to get one. I love this channel so much. Thank you, Illy United. Yeah, you know, to be fair, you know, like I said, you know, if you do want to sign up and be a channel member, you can. But you don't have to, guys. You don't have to. It's all free, you know what I mean? I understand, especially with what's going on in the world right now. It's not the easiest time to justify paying $1.99 a month to a random YouTuber, is it? I get that. Thank you very much. Jarvis Cocker says, and don't forget to follow Mr. Flying Pig HD on Twitter. Lots of great content. Thank you, Jarvis Cocker. Look at this live chat. A bunch of bloody legends doing the promotion for me in the live chat on Throne Backs. Legends, man. Ariane Canna comments, why are United not trying to sign Samuel Umtiti? Mate, I don't know. I mean, look, what's that all about? I mean, look, to be fair, you've got Woodward sucking off the Glazers' Umtitis. That's probably why. He's probably too busy dealing with his own Umtitis rather than dealing with Samuel's Umtiti. You know what I mean? He's dealing with the Glazers' Umtitis. Rossard Nicholas says, I think Van der Beek can play in the right like matter. I was looking at his statistics over the course of the last season. He played all of his games for Ajax in the Eredivisie anyway. Some at CDM, most at CM, some at CM, one out on the left. So, I mean, he can play all over the gaff, but I think in the centre is where you're most likely going to see him. Cantonar7 says, who is the player that you guys would love us to sign next? It has to be Sancho, really. Hey, Pankaj Pahalwani, what's going on? Roy Baraza says, when are your airings? I don't want to miss again. It all depends, really. I do stuff daily, though, every single day. It all depends on the times, though. Usually early afternoon and evening. Not usually around this time, to be honest. But, you know, hit that subscribe button and click the bell. If you click the bell and set it to all, then it will notify you when we go live, Lance and Nasser. So thank you. Benson Samuel says, I just joined and I'm already loving it. Brilliant job, Flying Pig United. I'm loving this vibe tonight. You know, there's obviously a bunch of new people who are finding the stream tonight and they're actually loving it. So I'm loving the vibe. Thank you very much for that, Benson. And also, look at this. We've got a new channel member, man. Oh, welcome to the Bacon Brigade. Get in there, my son, to Bertram Lafarge. And it's a great name you've got as well. Bertram Lafarge. I love it. Fantastic, Bertram. Welcome. Welcome to the Bacon Brigade, my friend. Honestly, that is so sick that you joined, man. Appreciate it, mate. Honestly, I really appreciate all the support with stuff like that, guys. Bertram Lafarge, everyone. Shout out to you. Rafa Golzar comments, yo. How you doing, Rafa Golzar? Theo Cud comments, keep up the good work. Great channel. Theo Cud, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Everybody's getting in here. Becky Jr. comments, Flying Pig, you're greater than the United stand. Well, thank you, Becky. You know, appreciate that, my friend. You know, and that's it. There's a lot of people out there that think numbers equal better for some reason. It's just not the case, is it? Tell that to Justin Bieber, who's bloody followed by bajillions of people around the world. His music's shite. Anyway, I'm just saying. Destroyer iOS says, I'm new and loving the vibe, and I'm not even a United fan. Quality channel. What the bloody hell's going on? This is like Good Vibe City right now tonight. What's going on? You just trying to pick me up from the bootstraps here and cheer me up after my missus left a congealed blob of McDonald's out on the doorstep? Is that what you guys are trying to do? I appreciate it. DJ Taz comments, love the Flying Pig. Thanks for your videos from Dublin. What is going on? Thank you, DJ Taz. I really appreciate that, man. Sadak Rahman says, great news. Michael Fletcher, one of the channel members, says, do we get a members' Christmas party? Hey, maybe, mate. Maybe, you never know. There might be something like that. A members-only Christmas vibe. We'll see. Josh Smith comments, best transfer business to be done is getting that fraud Phil Jones and his twisted facial expressions out of United. Is he going to Olympiacos then? Somebody came in here on this stream earlier and mentioned that he's going to Olympiacos. Is that the case? Manchester United says, you look like Bray Wyatt. Dude, are you taking a piss? I look like Bray Wyatt. Seriously? That's a little bit harsh, my friend. But that guy's a legend, to be honest. Oh, man. So funny. Jonathan Misko says, Mr. Pig, before you go offline, please do your Roy Keane impression again. It's really not that quality, mate. I have no idea how, to do a Roy Keane impression. I can't do a Roy Keane impression, mate. We established this yesterday. You know what I mean? I can't actually do one. Holla Holla says, just joined and I'm really loving it here. Nice job. I'm just going to say this, everyone. Thank you to everybody that's watching. Shout out to Musme, Sadak Rahman, George Gaiman, Matt Rush, Bernardine, Sean O'Riordan, Primot, Pankaj Pahawani, Joseph Misko, Michael Fletcher, everybody you know. Thank you for watching this channel. Thank you for getting involved. If you are new to the channel, it sounds like there's a bunch of you that are new. Then make sure you hit the sub button, because that is how you're going to keep up to date with what we post on this channel. We cover all things United on this channel. We do most of it live as well, just off the cuff, talking about the football club that we love. I'm passionate as a United fan. I know a lot of you are passionate as a United fan, and it's a great place to just chat and debate and have a great community, feeding this community of people on here, the Bacon Brigade. Honestly, I put it up there against any community on YouTube. There's such a sound bunch of legends, so it's just brilliant. Just brilliant. AJ says you need to chill out. I don't know if you're talking to me or not, but NSY says, hope you will not become the United stand. 100% not, mate, no. This isn't going to be any clickbait bullshit presented by a crash test dummy. No, this is going to be legit. This is supposed to be fun, passionate, entertaining. It's not just some droll, grey mess, okay? Some clickbait guff, okay? This is something else. This is just me on my own, one-man band, doing this channel. Look, everyone knows in terms of clickbait and stuff, I don't even like to get involved with transfers. I only talk about the transfers when there's legit big news. I'm not just fabricating stories like a lot of the other channels do. You can go back through my videos and see that. And yeah, I think that's why people enjoy this channel compared to some of that other rubbish that gets thrown down your neck. Tristan Newcutt says, yo, Mr. Pig. Van der Beek, ho, Glory Man United, just tuned in. Shout out, Tristan. Yeah, nice one. It's very good, isn't it? Hopefully it happens. Hopefully we get the medical done and dusted very soon. Games Dev Menzi says, keep grinding, Flying Pig. One day you would get 1 million subs. Well, you never know. You never know. If you legends share it around and subscribe, then you never know. Arian Kana comments, Titi is one of the best left-footed centre-backs of the current time. Isn't he a little bit injury prone though? I understand what you're saying, but I don't know if that represents the best value for United at that stage. We'll see. Ban2 Cod 3 says United Stand is a great channel. Yeah, you know, each to their own. That's the thing. Everybody's got their own vibes. You know, I completely disagree with you, but that's just me, you know. That's just me. I think it's an absolute pile of shit. Michael Kennedy says this is chill, but everyone's got their own vibes, don't they? That's what I mean. Everybody's got their own vibes. Thank you for your super chat there, Michael Kennedy. Really appreciate that, dude. What a top man. Harry Awasthi says, how are you doing tonight, Pig? I'm doing very good. I feel like, how can I leave this stream right now with all you bloody legends tuning in and watching? So I'm going to stick on for a couple more minutes and just go back and forth with you guys. Marion says, are you getting paid off YouTube? Yes, I do make some money off of YouTube, and no, it's not a lot of money. But yes, I do, and mostly it's not from ad revenue or clickbait bullshit or anything like that. No, it's actually from the community of legends that watches this channel, and they send PayPals and super chats and all these sorts of things and buy merchandise and that kind of stuff. That's where I make my money on YouTube, but it's not a lot of money, my friend. If you get a big channel, you can make a shitload of money on YouTube, though. Mikey Smith says, I agree, Pig, it's a pile of shite. These are just my personal opinions. I don't want to alienate anybody who really loves that channel or whatnot. I know that's the biggest United channel on YouTube, but me personally, I just think it's a pile of wank, honestly. Clickbait garbage, but that's me. Sheena Boy says, everybody subscribe, best United channel available. Thank you, Sheena Boy. Yes, smash that subscribe button if you have not already. Nice one, UC Wesley. No, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's got their own opinions. Like, I'm not trying to influence anybody to say that that channel's shite. You might enjoy that channel. That's spot on. Each to their own, you know. I honestly do believe in that. Pankash Pahawani says, what's your real name? It's Joe. My real name is Joe, J-O-E. Amaro Robinson, thank you very much. Yeah, just to give you an update, the last 10 minutes we've just been going back and forth and everybody's been giving me loads of compliments. So, you know, that's, if you're just tuning in, you're thinking, what is this twat talking about? He's not talking about Donny van der Beek. I'm sorry. It's just I'm a bit blown away with all the people getting in here saying nice stuff. But, yeah. Let's talk about Donny van der Beek quickly to anybody that's just getting in here at the end who wants an update. United have agreed personal terms with the player. We've also agreed the deal with the football club Ajax, 40 million euros, 37.5 million pounds to get the player in. So all that remains now is the final paperwork to be finished and a medical to be completed at Manchester United Football Club for Donny van der Beek. And then he will be, I guess, announced and unveiled. So get in there. It's absolutely brilliant. I think it's a good piece of news, good bit of business. Aaron Cunningham says, what number should Donny get? 69, dudes! Kennington R7 with a super chat gives us a couple of those emojis and a random Phil Jones in there. Kennington R7, mate, thank you very much for the support there, man. And I love the little Where's Phil. He's just playing like Where's Wally, but Where's Phil right there. What's your biggest stream ever? Comments Andrew Cudden. I don't know, I mean, me and Henry did a game, the Iceland game, that did over 250,000 views, actually. That wasn't a stream, though. I think I had 1,000 people in once watching live. I think somewhere around 1,000 people one game. I can't remember which one. Shout out Screenshot Mania. Hey, by the way, stick a 1 in the live chat. Put a 1 in the live chat if you are buzzing about Donny van der Beek coming to Manchester United. Stick a 1 in there. And any other number, you're just off your head, aren't you? The United Stand comments, pigeon. Are you talking about Jesse Lingard? That's a bit harsh. Paul Hanna says, is the plane on its way to Cologne for Sancho? This is what we've heard. This is what we're being reported. The couple of people who come in here and reported throughout this stream is that there is a representative on the way to get the deal finalised with Dortmund and Sancho over in Germany. So we shall see. Pankash Pahawani says, Flying Pig, you should start a Discord community. I really should. I have actually set up Discord, but I don't have the link or anything for you right now. I have recently set it up. Jock Holbrook, thank you. He says, just subscribed. Keep up the great work. Really appreciate that, Jock, man. Thank you so much. I can see, like, look, I've been definitely trying to do more videos and get more content out recently. Like I say, post-lockdown, this is what I'm trying to do as my life. So I'm going to give it my all, and I'm going to do videos every single day. There's going to be new content coming out every day. So yeah, subscribe. What the hell, Gungshi? He says, Pigs, you've passed 200 likes. Are you taking the piss? That is mad, lads and lasses. That is absolutely amazing, guys. Thank you so much to everybody that's chucked a thumbs up on this video and who's subscribed during this show. It's pretty awesome. Ellie, hey, how you doing? She says, when did this start? It's great to see you, Ellie. This started at, I don't know, when did it start? About 12 o'clock or something? But basically, I don't know if you saw already, but Donny van der Beek's on his way to Manchester United, basically. The personal terms have been agreed with the player, and also the terms have been agreed between the two football clubs for 40 million euros. So he's going to have the medical at United very, very soon. This is plastered all over mainstream media. Fabrizio Romano's tweeted it, of course, one of the legends of sports journalists out there who seems to get it right more often than not. So that there's a lot of basis towards this situation, and it's looking very positive for United that we can sign this lad. £35 million represents a lot of value. She says, gutted, I missed the rest. Oh, no worries anyway. You can catch up with it. It's been popping off, to be fair. There's a bunch of people tuning in. AJ Wilson says, Inns, Sancho, Van der Beek, Reguilon, Thiago, and the promising centre-back from Monaco. Badastele, or whatever his name is. Chelsea could kick us up the arse. Yeah, fair play, AJ Wilson. I'd love to see those Inns coming in, but I don't think it's realistic. We're a bunch of melters, our owners. Very much doubt that they'll spend that sort of money. We'll see. Jarvis Crocker says, there is a cure for COVID. Start your own YouTube channel and receive a lot of feel-good compliments. Patented vaccine of Jarvis Crocker. Nice one, Jarvis. Thank you, Gregory Man United Barbados. Says, Flying Pig is the realist. Thank you, mate, and I hope you're having a good time over there in Barbados. I certainly would be if I was there, man. That's on my list of places that I want to visit one day. It looks amazing out there. Thank you, Gregory. Yeah, honest guy. I keep it real on this channel. You may not agree with what I got to say a lot of the time, but I try not, I'm not just saying stuff to sensationalise things. This is the thing. Some of the other channels on the internet about football, they say a lot of sensationalist stuff. I don't even think they mean a lot of it half the time. How can you? How can you think Roy Keane's not a great captain or some shit like that? How can you think that? Like, they come up with a lot of stuff and it's sensationalist stuff. I try not to do that here. Obviously, sometimes you might think my views are a bit out there after games and stuff like that because I give you my raw reactions on the players and all that kind of thing. But, yeah, I try to keep it as real as possible, man. Amaro Robinson says, I'm a Man City fan and I love this. Thank you, Amaro. What do you think about Messi? Are you going to end up with Messi, do you think? Screenshot Mania comments, Pig, I heard shock news. Romero is going to Aston Villa and Grealish will be coming to Man U and Dean Henderson is going somewhere. Maybe Swindon Town. Swindon Town? What? It's not going to bloody Swindon Town. Yeah, but the rest of it, though, I could understand if Romero's going to go out somewhere or be sold to somewhere else because we have just got Dean Henderson. It's interesting what's going to happen with the goalkeeper situation at United. I like that Henderson's come in because it gives competition to David De Gea. And De Gea's been off the boil last year. I think he needed that. He needs to kick up the arse, De Gea. He needs a bit of competition. He needs somebody ready to step in and take over his position if he's going to mess up. And okay, Romero was there, but Romero's the backup goalkeeper. Dean Henderson, I think, has got a real possibility of challenging for De Gea for the number one spot. Now, we'll see if he gets loaned out. There's every possibility we might loan him out again to give him more experience because he's not going to get that much game time. What's Mrs. P doing back in here? I thought you were going to bed, Mrs. P. No, you're not in my good books at all, Mrs. P. Not at all, honestly. There's a congealed blob of McDonald's outside on the cold step, which I'm not having. You know why? Because it was ordered 5 hours ago when I was asleep, and you don't send people surprise Uber Eats deliveries without telling them. Everybody knows that. Thank you, Destroyer iOS. Comments, who's going to have a bigger impact? Who's a better signing? Sancho to United or Havertz to Chelsea, in your opinion, Flying Pig United? Ooh, that's a question, that is. If Sancho does actually complete the move to United, I think that'll be the biggest signing for us right now because of how much we need him. Whereas Chelsea, I think they've got a little bit more quality now that they've signed certain players, and I think they'll be okay without Havertz. But I think Havertz to Chelsea, man, that's an unbelievable signing. Why are we not linked with that player, by the way? I don't understand it, why we are not linked with these great players anymore. We're linked with the bargain bin players. We are not linked with the top players. We're linked with the players that are, £35 million instead of £70 million. That's what we're being linked with right now. It's Alpha says, do you think Sancho will still happen? I do. I'm going to give it my thumbs up rating. I think that will happen before the end of the window. It just makes perfect sense. The player wants to come. The club want to sell for the right price. We need him more than anybody else. I think if you look at all the top clubs around the world, nobody's crying out for that right wing like we are. Gungshi says, eventually a Liverpool supporter will come and take it big. Leighton South says, Liverpool are the best team. There he is. I don't know about that, Leighton, mate. Going to be honest, I think you're probably the second best team in English football history, if we're being totally honest. Just look at the league titles, my friend. Ronnie Huggins says, I'm very happy. Nice one, Ronnie. Yeah, loving it, mate, at the moment, actually. If we get this deal done, at least it's a bit of news. Thank you, the Toxic Stan. He says, get your bro on again. He's awesome. Absolutely. Going to get my brother Tom on very, very soon. It's just the time difference is a bit of a nightmare. It's a bit of a nightmare. Screenshot Mania comments, we could get Peter Crouch out of retirement and he can play instead of Maguire. Sign him for 1 month. If he does a good loan him to Bury. Oh, wait. Screenshot Mania, what are you on? Nick M comments, I doubt Woodward and Judge know who Havertz is. I mean, that's a joke if they don't know who Kai Havertz is. It really pisses me off that we haven't been linked with any of these players. You know, like the ZX of this world. ZX had a very impressive season last year. Maybe we could have been linked with them. Some of the other players Chelsea have signed this window, I would have been happy to be linked with. It is a shame that there's other football clubs that are just better equipped at the moment to bring players in the window. I've got a bit of a man flu at the moment, got a bit of a cold, guys. I'm starting to get the old sore throat, starting to get the proper congestion on the go. So I think I will wrap this video up pretty soon. But lastly, if you just want to get in here with your last comment, I'll try and read a couple more out. But please do us a favour, if you're watching this video right now, smash that thumbs up button, lads and lasses. Do give it a like rating. That will help this channel out massively. That will help us maybe compete with the bigger channels and some of the clickbait channels that we've discussed. So if you want to do us a favour, if you want to help us out on this show, please hit that like button and subscribe if you're new also. Click the bell icon to be notified when we do go live. MBG comments, I wish we got Malang Sarr, but Chelsea swooped him up for free. There you go, we always miss out. We're just too slow on the uptake. Even in this window, if we'd have got Van der Beek and Sandro done at the start, I'd have said fair play, but we don't. We fanny it around until we leave other options available. There's still, you know, Barca could come in and swoop Van der Beek up because of our insubordinates, man. Leighton South, I disagree with you, Leighton. Mrs. P says he doesn't want to know me at the moment, Joseph. You're spot on with that one. Marion Donovan says, who is your favourite Man United player? Well, right now, at this moment in time, I mean, my favourite player, it's probably Bruno Fernandes. I just love everything about him. I love his attitude. I love how he's come in. I love how he's had such a positive impact. And he's just a leader out there for us. I would make him captain, 100%. He's my favourite player. If not him, I absolutely love Rashford. I absolutely love Greenwood. I love Martial. Like, just that whole attacking line. I love them all. So, yeah. It's a tough one. It's a very tough one. Legends. Okay then, guys. I think I'm going to wrap this video up then. But it has been an absolute pleasure. I really appreciate every single one of you that have tuned in and watched and got your opinions in the live chat. I'm getting all congested now, guys. So I'm going to go and chill. But thank you so much to everybody that's watched. Joseph Misko, Razak, Leighton South, even you, Leighton, Ray Reddington, Primot, Bobby Canning, Tim Toure, Screenshot Mania, Gungshi, of course, everyone, you know, really appreciate you watching. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you are new to this channel. It's a channel that covers Manchester United with no BS, and we just get straight to the point. So if you're into that, check it out. Also, if you like reading about Manchester United, we've got a website, flyingpigunited.com, flyingpigunited.com. Check it out. We update that with all the Manchester United news and stuff like that. So have a look at that if you're on the toilet and you're bored and you need something to read. Shout out Cantonar7, Alicine Silla, Asan Akhtar, Ronnie Huggins, George Gaming, Stephen United, Matty Leg, Primot, who else? Who else is in here? Mikey Smith, Gungshi. Look, everyone, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Tristan Newkirk, Destroyer iOS, Gaz B, Ryan Berberspin 9, legends of the Falls, the lot of you are absolute bloody legends. Thanks then, guys. That's going to be it from me. I'll leave it there. Have a great evening. Otherwise, I'm going to just chew your ear completely off because I've been talking for... How long have I been talking now? Are you serious? I've been talking for an hour and 23 minutes. Are you taking the piss, man? That's like a game of football, guys. So almost 90 minutes I've been here waffling about Donny van der Beek to be United. That is hilarious, man. How the hell have we done that? MBG, thank you so much. Jonathan Gallagher. Ellie as well. What a legend getting in here. George Gaiman, Marion Donovan, Matty Leg, VK Dean. Yes, VK Dean. Razak. I'm just trying to give everyone a shout out at the end. But anyway, yeah, it is like a watch along, Gungshi. What the hell is going on? We've been here for ages. Right, that's it. I'm definitely ending it now. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. This is the Pig on Flying Pig United. Have a great day. I'll keep you up to date with some Man United news tomorrow. Like I say, subscribe, hit that bell icon. That will let you know when we go live and stuff like that. And I'll keep you up to date with all the movements, whether it's medicals done for Van der Beek, or maybe a bit more Jadon Sancho information. It sounds like perhaps we've got a representative on the way to Cologne to actually get the deal done at this late hour. We shall see. Nice one, Ellie. Nice one, Fuad Mukhtar. Nice one, Hamin Hassan. Nice one, everybody. That's going to be it from me then. I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. This is The Pig. Jarvis Cocker. Have a great evening. See you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Come back in a few minutes, by the way. If I did not respond to you, apologies. I try to respond to everybody. But come back in a few minutes' time and comment in the not live comments, and I'll respond to you there, and everybody else can as well. Have your say on the Donny van der Beek situation. Have your say on who you think United should sign. Other than that, just have your bloody say. Come back and get involved. All right then, guys. Stay classy. Have a great evening. This is The Pig. Take it easy. And come on, United. Yes, legends. Hushto FN. Shout out Hushto. Getting in here at the end, lad. Says, yes, finally. Yeah. Nice one, Gunshi. We've got 240 likes. That is mad. 240 likes, lads and lasses. What a bunch of legends. Yeah, smash the like, subscribe if you're new. This is the Patreon credits, just to say thanks to everybody that's watched this show. Not just that, actually. It's actually the people who support on Patreon, sorry. And also tier 2 channel members appear on this list. But also, just once again, thanks to everybody that watches this show. You don't have to support this show on Patreon or anything. That's just for the people that do. I really appreciate everybody who does, though. That's why you're on the end of this video like this. So shout out to everyone who watches this, and just all these names running down this list. You're a bunch of bloody heroes. Nice one. Okay then, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I'll keep you up to date tomorrow if there's any more concrete news in terms of the movement and the medical at United for Donny van der Beek. Come back and have your say. I'll let you know about the Sancho stuff as well if there's any legitimacy to that. See you later on, guys. Have a great evening. This is The Pig. I'll see you on the next one. And come on, United. Finally!